Hello and welcome to FPL Bros episode 57. I am Dave of the Saudi Arabia Sovereign Wealth Fund, and I would like to assure you that our takeover of Manchester United will bring lots of happiness and success. And magatas ito Delika.
Latina Farik, Newcastle United.
Lisa Latina Farico David Beckham. Wa George Bistou. Wa Cristiano Ronaldo.
La
Manho and Marshall Rodman Newcastle United.
Alam Shirah.
Yalo kami akmaki. Ang grabe yon. Ang mawahas yon. Ay halakmak ko. Ang grabe yon. Ayan kami nakmaki. Ang makurahas yon. Ay halmak ko. Ay halakmak ko. Sahok tulo ka. Sahok tulo ka.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
Hello everybody and welcome to episode 57 of FPL Bros. How you doing?
Hello, I'm alright, I'm good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm okay. Obviously, international break is over, but we've got a bite-sized episode for everybody out there this time round, so we're just going to keep it short and sweet and to the point. Yeah, not too bad. Been a while without Premier League football, but now back to a very busy period, and we'll know when it comes up in the year.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
Okay, so let's get started by a quick look at how we did at Gameweek 11. I know it was a long time ago. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure, I'll go first. So game week 11 was interesting. I ended up with 63 points, which wasn't great. I had Smith Rowe coming in with 8 points. Rafinha got 9 points. Salah, my captain, got 10. And then Trent got 12. He returned the most, which was good. Tomiyasu got 5 and McCarthy got 9. Everyone else just got me the average blanking or just kind of 2 points or whatever. MacArthur, who was on my bench, actually got 6 points, but he's injured. And just, Crystal Palace are really stepping up and they've got some real assets in there. But I think it was an okay week overall. What about you?
Yeah, very similar. I actually got 64 points, and not an awful lot different from you. I didn't have Rafinha, but Cancelo stepped up for me. Jimenez, Tony, and Vardy all did absolutely nothing. I had Ramsdale in goal, but actually Foster on the bench as well. But sometimes these things happen. Obviously, Ramsdale got 7, Foster got 11, but Foster ended up saving a penalty after also having to make lots of saves. You never really predict that. Grealish actually came out of my team. Brownhill came on for 1 point, but I'll talk about the whole Grealish thing in a bit. So fairly decent score. It was quite a bit above average. Both of us did. So I think we can be happy with that, and I'm fine.
I'm fairly happy. Yeah, I'm fairly happy.
Finally within inside the top 1 million, which I haven't managed all flipping season. I really feel like I've made some progress. I'll just really quickly talk about the FPL Bros team, which actually got 65 points, so the most out of all of us, even though we had Sanchez in goal for his -1, obviously getting sent off towards the end of that game. We had Reece James, Livramento, Cancelo all delivering, Havertz as well, finally delivering, Rafinha and Zaha. So, you nailed it there, the Zaha pick. And, everybody else disappointing. And even Gray got 3 points, but he stayed on our bench. But
I think our FPL Bros team is doing extremely well at the moment.
Yeah, it's exciting days. We're creeping up into the top 100. More importantly, we're still inside the top 700 in Ghana. So we're coming for the.
That's very good.
That's where you get the glory.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
So looking ahead to game week 12, you have any particular plans or anything that people out there should keep their eye on? And real quick, just before you get started, I just want to say, listening on the YouTube version of this podcast, please press subscribe and please press like. Really helps us out, and it doesn't cost you anything, literally nothing at all, virtually no calories to move your
Zero.
finger to like us.
You're already there. You might as well just do it.
Exactly. Hit him now. Okay, game. What you saying?
All right, game week 12. Got some interesting fixtures. Got my eye on some players. I'll probably start with looking at the Crystal Palace fixture. Got my eye on some of the Crystal Palace assets. Like we said, we do like our Zahars, but there was a player that you mentioned in our FPL chat, and we'll be doing a tweet as well with our favourite players for the coming week. But I think you mentioned Gallagher.
Yeah.
Very good value for money, as we can all see. So I really do like the look of him at the moment. And then on top of that, Harry Kane. Now I've had Kane, and I've been waiting for him to do something. Just there with the stick prodding it, going, do something. And then he finally did a lot during this last week of international football. So hopefully that Kane has awoken now, and that rocket has been lit up. So let's see some goals.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. We might as well segue into Spurs. My plans, very briefly, are I've got Azpilicueta, Mount, and Grealish stinking up my team. Now, Azpilicueta not playing, I just didn't foresee that. But I got him at the time that Rudiger was injured, and now I'm seemingly stuck with him. The Mount thing, apparently he's fit. He didn't really link up with England, but the word on the street is that he might not play, or he might get his minutes managed. Grealish is definitely out, and at the time I put in my team, he was playing every single game, and I thought he was better value than Foden. So he's not playing this weekend. He might be back afterwards. So I was thinking about getting Foden, but then I've only just heard that Foden also is a massive doubt for this weekend too. So I've got some fires to put out. I'm basically looking like the three people who are potentially not playing. It's not good enough. I've got my eye on Jota. I've got my half an eye on Son, half an eye on Kane. I don't know if I'm going to go for somebody else at Man City, maybe Gundogan. Also, I would like to add that a few episodes ago, I did talk about having Mane as my second premium and three cheap forwards. And I'm starting to think maybe I should put my money in my mouth here. Doing all this talk about having, why not just do it myself? I still think that is a good option, but of course it involves a lot of shifting about and a lot of transfers. So
was the pun intended? Was the pun intended there when you say you put your money where your mouth is?
Then I plan everything scripted. Yeah, the brainwave, the brain power. My game week 12 is completely all up in the air. I don't have a clue what I'm doing. But yeah.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
Now, obviously, Spurs, they have quite a decent fixture run coming up. So for those of you who don't know, in their next 5, Spurs have got Leeds at home, Burnley away, Brentford at home, Norwich at home, and then Brighton away, which probably isn't
fixtures.
The other 4, but still, And obviously they've got the new manager bounce. He's already banned them from having ketchup and mayonnaise and ting on their food. he's serious. And a lot of people are eyeing up Kane or Son. Some people may be eyeing both of them up. Julian is also coming into the conversation. But like you said, Kane managed 7 goals over the international period. And I do not begrudge anybody wanting to put Kane or Son in their team. Kane is always a captaincy option. But me personally, I think he could be a good option for the FPL Bros team for Ronaldo. But me personally, I'm going to wait and see, because a small part of me thinks Conte might be making quite a slow start with Spurs. He's already had a couple of games, but he hasn't really blown anybody's socks off. And if I remember correctly with Chelsea, although the Chelsea team he had was good, they weren't exactly battering teams. They won an awful lot of games 1-0. And if I remember having Diogo Costa a couple of times when Conte was the manager, and it was just 6 points every week. basically, which is okay. But
Yeah.
so that's my take. I mean, I don't know what you
Decent.
think of it.
Well, before I give you my opinion on that, there's something I wanted to say, and there was an opinion I had which was really unpopular, and it's not unpopular because you disagreed, but it was unpopular because I don't think many people expected the result, Norwich against Brentford.
Yes.
Now,
I don't know how did that? Just tell me how.
so you can't beat the eye test, right? I've been watching Brentford play, and they played quite well, but they were very aggressive towards teams, and I thought they've just come up in the league. Teams are not expecting them to play like this. They're not used to playing them, right? And they were beating teams, especially teams that they're not used to playing, right? Now, I felt like when they played against some of the teams that they were used to playing, i.e. Norwich, they knew exactly what to expect. And
Oh.
and they knew exactly how to deal with them. So it's for some of the Premier League teams, which might underestimate them and still not know what to expect, that might come as a surprise as to how they play. But for me, I didn't really consider Brentford to be a threat to Norwich. And Norwich have had quite a tough run of fixtures in their opening few games. So I'm just pulling up my table here. But the teams they've played, and obviously not all of them have been tough, but they started off with Leicester, who are a decent team, Arsenal, who just managed to edge a win 1-0, but they still got the win. Now, Watford, I think they should have done better. They got battered by Watford. But then after that, they played Liverpool, Everton, then they drew against Burnley and Brighton, right? Which is decent. Then they lost against Chelsea, and they only lost by 1 goal against Leeds. So if you look at it, they haven't lost massively against some of the average teams, apart from Watford. Every other team, they've only lost by 1 goal. Even Arsenal, even Leicester, Leeds, they only lost by 1 goal, and then they drew against Norwich and Burnley. So that goes to show actually that they're okay. It's just the big boys, Liverpool and Chelsea, that smacked them up, right?
Yeah, well, see, this is the thing we get an awful lot in FPL. A lot of groupthink, a lot of herd mentality, and people just put down Norwich, bad team, to see lots of goals. They
Yeah,
don't really sit down and think and look at it. And I was guilty of this as well, but I'm also slightly biased because I've got Tony in my team, and I just like the
yeah.
way he plays. He looks dangerous for me, but like you said, with your 5D FPL manager prediction, you say 5D, here, Norwich knew what to expect.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
Yeah,
So super quick, we've got
yeah.
3 new managers who've had
Cool.
time to look over their teams, look over their players. We've got obviously Gerrard at Villa, Howe
Yeah,
at Newcastle, and
yeah,
Smith at Norwich. Any
yeah.
thoughts on them?
I think Howe's going to do very well. I've got great expectations for him, especially with the new owners bringing him in. I think he's also a manager that's used to playing in the Prem and is used to. I think Howe will do well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also think Stevie Gerrard will do well. He's more of a involved manager. Like looking at the training sessions he was doing, he was there on the pitch, involved. I mean, he's probably the best player on the team, which is a bit weird. But yeah,
Necessarily good.
I think
Go on.
I think those two will do well. Unfortunately, I don't think the Norwich manager will make much of a difference to the side.
Okay. With Howe, yes, he has got the experience, and he's also going to have 3 players that he had at Bournemouth there. He's got
Mm,
Wilson, Fraser, and he's got Richie, who are all former Bournemouth players, so that could be
yes,
interesting. Of course,
yes,
Howe is known for having a defensively strong team, so we'll see what happens. With Gerrard, again, it's very much a wait and see. He could be a revelation. But one of the problems he had at Rangers is that the team wasn't particularly good defensively either. But we might get some interesting options with the forwards at Villa. I think he likes to play 3 up front. So we could be looking at Ings, Watkins, and Bailey, for example,
yeah,
as a front.
yeah,
Then with Dean Smith, yeah, maybe you're right, but let's not forget that Villa were relegation fodder, and he managed to pull them away from the drop zone, and which is pretty much what they've asked him to do at Norwich. They do have some decent players. They have suffered with injuries as well. I'm not sure about the Norwich defence, to be honest with you, but he might get something out of Pookie. And a lot of people are looking at Pookie now as a budget option. So that's my take there.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
Okay, I think we'll leave it there. Yeah, so obviously check out the Twitter feed at FPL_Bros, see what we're doing with our team, check out what plays we're recommending for this game week, and also what our predictions are going to be. Hit like, hit subscribe. Yeah, it's not going to kill you.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah. Apart from that, I hope everyone has a good game week. Could be interesting, could be exciting. I might be missing the Spurs boat, or I might just be keeping my powder dry. But we'll see what happens. It's going to be very interesting.
And depending on the results of the Liverpool fixture, we will either definitely bring Jamie onto the next pod or definitely not bring him on.
I have to say that I have been wrong about this. I'm not sure Arsenal have been entirely convincing. I mean, Brighton really should have beat them or at least scored a goal. I can't legislate. But then Jamie never has any doubt in his mind. Maybe every now and again we just need to listen to him.
Well, they've got Smith Rowe Messi, so they've got nothing to worry about, have they? Smith Rowe De Bruyne, whatever you want to call him, but we'll see.
Representing for Croydon. All right.
All right.
So yeah, green arrows all around. And
peace, guys.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Peace, guys.